Hey everybody, it is Kent with KG's Books. On December 2nd, I'm doing an extra special Christmas gift extravaganza. Everything starts at $1. The sale will start at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think I have 60 books loaded up right now, plus there's probably going to be 20 or 30 other surprise books that night. Really impressive lineup. We have lots of Jane Austen, Alice in Wonderland, American history, classic literature and poetry. We got some architecture stuff. We have Louisa May Alcott, Edgar Allan Poe, all that kind of stuff. We have at least one 4-edge painting. I think there might be at least one surprise one, maybe two. We'll see. I'll give you a quick preview of what we have. There's a couple really nice Mark Twains. There's some Civil War stuff. There's a complete Angler. There's Life of George Washington. I'm just going to run through all the books quick. And keep in mind, everything starts at $1, plus there's going to be lots and lots of surprise books throughout the show. I'm going to leave a link down in the description to the show. And if you don't have a Whatnot account yet, I'll leave a link to sign up, and you will get $15 towards your first purchase if you sign up for a Whatnot account with that link. Can't go wrong with $15 towards your first purchase. I think this is lot number like 49. I think this is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Really nice, clean copy. I think these were published in 1900 or right around that era. Yep, 1900, 2-volume set of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Pretty awesome. We're gonna have a few surprise Jane Austens, I think, for the show as well. We got a 2-volume set. We got Little Women and Little Men. These are from the 1890s. Pretty nice, respectable condition on both of these. I'm constantly getting asked for Louisa May Alcott. Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, 1895. And then I think Little Men, maybe 1896. Yep, 1896. And pretty decent condition on that pair. There's tons and tons of leather bindings and finding bindings. Here you have Bacon's essays. These are all, this little stack is circa like late 1890s, early 1900s. There's Wonder Book for Boys and Girls by Nathaniel Hawthorne. That has some really cool mythology type contents. Oh, this is a really cool one. This is the poems of Edgar Allan Poe. Again, most of these aren't dated, but they're definitely like right around turn of the century, late 1890s, early 1900s. Very pretty copy of the poetical works of Edgar Allan Poe. Gorgeous binding. I love that they decorated the rear covers as well. And then The Light That Failed by Rudyard Kipling. Nice lineup of those. Pretty floral bindings. Then we have The Haunted Man by Charles Dickens. There's going to be some other Dickens Christmas books as well. Again, this is kind of late 1890s era as well. Ooh, this one's cool. This is the Bible and Common Prayer in a nice full leather binding. And it has the goffered edges. If you don't know what goffered edges is, that's when they gild the page edges. And I'm not sure if they gild the page edges first and then they put the design on, or they put the design on and then they gild it. That's a good question. I'm going to have to figure that out before the sale. But goffered edge books are very expensive. I think this one's from the 1860s or something, 1850s maybe. Yep, 1859. Book of Common Prayer, the Psalms of David, and the Bible as well. Let's see. Oh, this is a cool one. This is the Doré Gallery of Bible Illustrations by Gustave Doré. I think this one's 1886 in very clean condition. And again, most of the books at the sale are going to be in like the $50 to $200 or $300 range. Something like this is probably worth $300. Yep, 1886, the Doré Bible Gallery. Absolutely incredible Bible artwork by Gustave Doré. One of the best artists and illustrators ever in history. Some of the most beautiful artwork you've ever seen. Very incredible. The Star of the East. And again, very nice condition. Again, this sale will be December 2nd. It's a Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Central. Everything starts at $1. There's going to be these 60 books. I'm not going to show them all, I guess. So all the books here that I'm showing you, plus there'll be lots of surprises for you as well. There's a couple nice copies of Alice. This is a 2-volume set of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. I think this one has the Newell illustrations. These both are highly illustrated. Yep, illustrated by Peter Newell. Alice's Adventures of Wonderland from 1901, and Through the Looking Glass from 1902. And these just have, I didn't count the plates, but there's probably like 30, 40, 50 plates in each of these. Very, very nice condition. Early 1900s. Let's see. Actually, I think I'm supposed to be getting an Alice in the mail today that I'll be putting up for auction. There's going to be 2 or 3 nice copies of Alice, probably a couple nice Poes, several nice Jane Austen. This is The Land of the Pharaohs from the 1890s. Just got this one in the other day. I bought this from the UK. Land of the Pharaohs, drawn in pen and pencil by Reverend Samuel Manning. Really nicely illustrated, 1897. Tons and tons of cool illustrations related to ancient Egypt and archaeology and hieroglyphics and monuments and ruins. Very, very nicely illustrated book on ancient Egypt. Here, I'll show you the Mark Twains. We have sketches, old and new by Mark Twain. This one is, I think, an 1890s edition. Nope, 1875. Mark Twain sketches, new and old, from 1875. Nice early printing here, and pretty respectable condition on that one. That one's pretty nice. Here's a nice old copy of Huckleberry Finn, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Again, everything at the sale is going to be good to near fine condition. This is 1891 Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Nice illustrated edition. We have Captain Kidd's Gold, cool little nautical adventure book. I think this one's, yep, copyright 1888 on this one. Captain Kidd's Gold, The True Story of an American Sailor Boy by James Francis Fitz. And again, there's going to be lots of really pretty bindings at this sale. We got a couple of these Myths and Legends. This is the Myths and Legends of Ancient Egypt. These are both really nicely illustrated and limited editions. I think of 1,000 copies printed. And then I'm also going to be selling Myths and Legends of North American Indians. Let's see. We got some beautiful leather bindings. This is John Masefield Poems. Actually, I don't think this binding is not signed, which is surprising. It's such a nice quality leather binding. Published in 1930, and again, I didn't see any markings to who the bookbinder was, but it's a very nice quality leather binding. Got a very nice Complete Angler by Walton and Cotton. This is 1868. Very nice leather binding on this with the fish and the creel and the little fly up there. This binding is signed. I think it's a Bainton. Yep, Bainton binder out of Bath, England. 1861 edition, I believe. Yep, 1861 Complete Angler. Highly illustrated. There's a couple hundred illustrations of the fish and the tackle. Oh, I wanted to show you there's some really cool illustrations. Yep, look at that. The rods and reels, the hooks. In the back, there's illustrations of some of the flies and different baits and stuff used somewhere. And then lots and lots of examples of fish and different scenes of gentlemen fishing. There you go. There's some fly illustrations. Over 200 illustrations in this edition. I'm selling a really nice set of The Life of George Washington by Washington Irving. Very nice, clean set from, I think, the 1860s. Yep, 5-volume set, 1869. Incredibly clean set. Awesome marbling on that one all the way around. I got a nice little 3-volume set of the writings of Cicero from the 1830s. 1833. Like I said, I've been hoarding up some of the better books for the last several months to put this sale together. This is cool. This is it's from a history set from the early 1800s. Part of the Universal History set from 1805 by William Maver. And this one covers the history of the discovery and settlement to the present time of North and South America and the West Indies, 1805. And it has a really cool folding map. I'm probably not going to, well, why not pull it out? Let's see. This is nice thick paper. It's not, some of the maps are made so cheaply. awesome, awesome map of the New England area of North America from 1806. Pretty incredible map in that one. And again, 1805 history of North America and the West Indies. Very nice copy of Fairyland of Science. I think this one's nice prize binding on this one. There's the school there, and there's the gift book plate awarded to Frank L. Hidalgo for English class, junior year, 1921. I think this one is actually published in a little earlier than that. Oh, 1919. Fairyland of Science. There's lots of stuff on bees and flowers, coal, geology. There's some physics type stuff, some astronomy and meteorology type stuff as well. This is cool. This is Stark's Handbook. Most of the Stark's Handbooks were in the original German, but this one is in English. It has the cool anti-clasps there that are still in pretty good working order. John Frederick Stark's Daily Handbook for Days of Rejoicing and Days of Sorrowing. Cool little prayer and hymn book from 1885, published in Philadelphia. It is illustrated, and it has the clasps, and it's in pretty good condition, and it's in English. Like I said, most of these Stark's Handbooks were in German, so that's pretty cool. This is a really awesome binding. This is Lalla Rookh by Thomas More, with an absolutely fantastic leather binding with that flower down there. And then you have the harp up there. Very, very clean condition. Let's see, I don't remember if this binding is signed. I don't think this... Oh, there we go. No, there's the original bookseller, Doki Importer out of San Francisco. But I don't see this binding signature on this one. Pretty incredible binding. Poetical Works of Thomas More, Volume 6, Lalla Rookh, 1853. And just a gorgeous binding. Really impressive. All right, this is Poems by Trench. And this is one of the 4-H paintings that I do have listed. I forget what lot this is, but this has a really awesome scene of a Native American taming a wild Mustang or catching a wild Mustang. And I think there's going to be at least one, maybe two other 4-H paintings that I put up for sale. Again, December 2nd on Whatnot. I will put links in the description for you so it's easy to find. Poems by Richard Chenevix Trench. Never heard of him. 1874. So it's a cool poetry book with a really nice 4-H painting and really nice condition. A lot of times you find 4-H paintings, the cover hinges are pretty worn. But pretty awesome condition on that one. Oh, here's one of the Charles Dickens Christmas stories, no date. This one's circa 1890s. It has all of the classics. Christmas Carol, Cricket on the Hearth, The Chimes, The Haunted Man, The Battle of Life, plus all the short stories as well. No date, but probably 1890s on that one with a nice leather binding. Here's a nice 2-volume set of The Life of Marguerite de Angoulême. 1854, again, incredible leather bindings. All the books are in good or better condition. If you don't know, I sell books on Whatnot every day, and I'm always mixing in stuff like lots of fine bindings and leather books and stuff every single day. So definitely go check out all of my upcoming shows. I'm basically selling on Whatnot every day. I usually sell 30 to 50 books a day. The Life of Marguerite de Angoulême, some kind of French royalty, I think, by Martha Walker Freer, complete 2-volume set, 1854. And again, just incredibly clean condition on that set. I got nice poems of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Very stylistic binding on that one. Nice gilded edges. And this one was published in 1887. Gorgeous binding there. I've got one old cookbook. I might try to track down a couple other cookbooks. This is The Art of Modern Cooking and Better Meals. Let's see, 1920s, 1930s, 1937 edition here. Just a nice antique cookbook. I know you guys love cookbooks and they make great gifts. King Arthur and His Knights. Nice antique copy of King Arthur with a awesome binding there. And again, everything is in really good condition. No date, early 1900s on this one. It looks like it is illustrated. Looks like there's lots of illustrations in this one. We have Young Folks Book of Birds, cool old book on ornithology, circa maybe 1890s, 1880s-ish. Copyright 1887. That looks like there's lots of illustrations in this one as well. Cool antique book on ornithology, and again, incredibly clean condition. What do we have here? A Cathedral Courtship by Kate Douglas Wiggin, illustrated by C.E. Brock. Just a nice, pretty early 1900s binding there. I got a nice 3-volume set of the King Arthur Historical Tales by Charles Morris. A lot of stuff on all the classic Arthurian legends. These are copyright 1904. And again, beautiful bindings, very nice condition. Got a 2-volume set of The Rhine, From Its Sources to the Sea. Gorgeous, fine binding there. I got a 2-volume set of The American Conflict by Horace Greeley. These do have a condition issue. The plates in volume 1 are missing, unfortunately. Still probably, you know, $100 or $150 set at least. The American Conflict, A History of the Great Rebellion, and a History of Human Slavery from 1776 to the close of the War for the Union by Horace Greeley. 2-volume set, 1865 on volume 1, 1866 on volume 2. Crazy thing, someone probably paid, I mean, to have these rebound like this would probably be $300, $400, $500. This set probably isn't worth quite that much just because of the missing plates. If volume 1 wasn't missing the plates, it would be it would be worth that much, but still, someone paid an insane amount of money to have those rebound. You got the Poems of Tennyson, the great Victorian binding. This one's a hefty one. Let's see how many pages this one has. Over 800, let's see, 843 pages. And copyright 1890 something. You can't quite read that last number in the copyright date. Very nice illustrated edition of the Poetical Works of Tennyson. You got the Poetical Works of Mrs. Elizabeth Barrett Browning. And again, everything I'm selling at this sale is, most of it's like very good to near fine condition. Poetical Works of Elizabeth Barrett Browning, copyright 1886 on that one. Very pretty binding and very good condition. This is Ballads, Stories of the Affections. This one I think is circa like 1866. This one's kind of cool. Ballads, Stories of the Affections, translated from the Scandinavian by Robert Buchanan. Again, circa 1866 or so on this one. Cool Scandinavian poetry, I guess, that has been translated, but pretty cool. Here's the Elf Dance. Sir Olaf the Knight for wild wrath hath rid, the guests to his weddings feast to bid, but all in the moonlight the elves dance featly. Lightly the elfin company is dancing under the greenwood tree. They dance fours, they dances fives. How the midst shall Olaf thrive. Oh goodness, I butchered that one, but you get the point. Poetry, circa 1860s, and a nice pretty binding. Here's a cool vellum book, The Renaissance of Roman Architecture. This volume contains the architecture of Italy. This one's from 1921. Lots of great plates in this one. Here's another beautiful book. This is The Military and Religion of the Middle Ages and the Epoch of the Renaissance. Gorgeous fine binding here. Full leather. Oh, no, not. Is it full leather? Yeah, I think it's full leather. Sometimes they're tough to tell if the cover is cloth, but I think the covers are leather as well, but I don't know. Very tough to tell. By Paul Lacroix from 1873. Really cool book. It is in French, but I think there's 14, there's either 12 or 14 color plates, plus hundreds, couple hundred in-text illustrations still related to the military and religion of the Middle Ages. Very, very cool book. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, last few. We have a 5-volume set of The Standard Library of Natural History. This one's from 1911. Let's see, I think this is the last pile I have to show you. And again, there's going to be lots of surprises. Plus, I'm not showing you all 60 that I have loaded. So again, just sign up for a Whatnot account quick. It takes 5 minutes. And check out all the auctions. This is Mr. Rabbit at Home by Joel Chandler Harris. Nice, classic Southern animal fairy tales, I guess. An awesome binding of The Rabbit and the Lion. You got Just So Stories by Rudyard Kipling. Again, awesome, awesome cover on this one. I was very tempted to keep this one for my personal collection. Cool book of classic fairy tales, mostly relating to animals. The Sing Song of Old Man Kangaroo. Not always was the kangaroo as now we know behold him, but a different animal with 4 short legs. He was gray and he was woolly, and his pride was inordinate. He danced on an outcrop in the middle of the Australia, and he went to the little god Nkwa. Interesting. I got a couple more American history books. This is The First Across the Continent, the story of the Lewis and Clark Expedition by Noah Brooks. Classic American history here. This one is published in 1901. Nice illustrated edition about the Lewis and Clark Expedition. And last one, The Great Salt Lake Trail by Inman. Pretty darn respectable copy here. By Colonel Henry Inman and Colonel William F. Cody. That's Buffalo Bill. Illustrated, published in 1913. Saw a map in there. All right, well, that is it for now. I hope you all can make it to my show on Tuesday, December 2nd at 5 p.m. Central Time. If you can't make it to the show to do some bidding, you can always leave pre-bids, just like any other auction house. If you bid $100 and it's at 20, it stays at 20 until someone else bids you up, if that makes sense. And again, there's going to be 60 preloaded items, most of which I showed you here. Plus there's a few more, and then there's probably going to be 10 to 20 mystery lots, which again are going to be similar quality to this stuff. So thank you all. I hope you can make it, and yeah, thanks for watching.